Hello and welcome to another video in the series all about the basics of using Fantasy Grounds Unity. And I thought in this one we would look at formatted text. This is probably aimed mainly at DMs who are doing their own stuff, but there should be some useful information for players in here as well. So most formatted text will appear in story entry, so let's get a new story up. And we're going to just, for the sake of expediency, paste some text in here. Uh, just stuff that I have taken off a recent module. So the text is obviously in a bit of a mess at the moment, but we can clean that up. Now, Fantasy Grounds automatically makes the header capitalized and bolded and all that kind of thing, and it gives you this nice thing. But you can do that with any part of the text if you hold down the control key and press 2 with the bit of text that you want to do that with, to give it a header, and it'll automatically make that part of the text a header. This next bit here all the way down to here is obviously meant to be a paragraph, but we've got all sorts of line breaks that we have copied in from the PDF. But if we hold down the control key and press J, then Fantasy Grounds will clean that up for you and make it a paragraph. And this one here, same thing, control J to make it a paragraph. Now this first bit of text here says to read the following text, so this is a read aloud text, so we're just going to click anywhere in this paragraph and then we're going to press the control key or hold down the control key and press 3, and it'll automatically make it into a paragraph for you. Now, if you had a speaker, if somebody was speaking this text, if you wanted to make somebody have a speaker, then if you hold down control again and press tab, it will then allow you to enter a speaker in that part of the text. And when you click on that now, it puts it into the chat for your players. Players would see this obviously, and it will show you who is speaking. Now, this text is all in one paragraph, but supposing you wanted to make it two paragraphs, and supposing that the first paragraph was there and you wanted to make this a second paragraph. Now, normally to create a new paragraph, you would just press return, but as you can see in this case, it takes us out of the speech text or speech bubble. So we'll undo that, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to press the backspace key to get rid of the space, and I'm going to hold down the shift key and then I'm going to press the enter key, and that's going to give me a new line break. And if I press it again, then we get a new paragraph within the text bubble. So that's how you would create a paragraph or paragraphed text bubbles, if you like. And again, when we put that into chat, then it formats it all nicely with the bits in the middle. Um, if we look at this paragraph here, we can do various operations, sort of normal operations like bolding text, for example. So if we wanted to make the zombies here bold, then we would just select the text. And if there's any punctuation after what you want to bold, then include that within the bold or italics or whatever. And to bold that, we're just going to hold down the control key and press B, and it will automatically bold the selected text. If you wanted to make animated corpses in italics, then again just select the text that you want to italicize and press Control and I, and you can do the same for if you wanted to make it dyed underlined, then Control and U, and you can have that bolded and italicized and underlined if you wanted to. So this little trick that we played with the a paragraph here can be used in other instances. Let's create a new story entry, and we'll get some more text in here. And suppose this was a credits page for a module that you might be wanting, or any kind of sort of list, as you can see here. Now, this should all be really kind of, there shouldn't be a new paragraphs here. So we can do that. If we wanted to bold this bit, then we just Control B. If we come to the end of the paragraph here and then delete, and then hold down Shift and press Enter, then we just get a line break. Use your arrow keys to position just at the last word of the previous sentence. Hold down Shift and then use your arrow keys to select from that point to the point that you want to end the bold, and then Control B to bold it. We can do the same here. We just delete that there, hold down Shift, press Enter, use the arrow keys to position your cursor just at the end of the last sentence, hold down Shift and then use your arrow key to select the text and Control Bold. If you don't do that, and I can illustrate that here, if we just simply press the Shift and Enter, if we bold from this point on, when we close this up and unlock it and close it, go back into it again, we see that there is a space in there. Actually, it won't show it until I have come out of the campaign and then reloaded it, but I'm not going to do that. But you can take my word for it that if you don't select from the this point here, the last sentence, then you will get a space in before the thing and everything will be misaligned. So let's have a look at tables. We're going to create a new story for this, and again I've just got some text I'm going to copy in here. We'll give it a title. This is a header, so we'll press Control 2 to give that its typical header. And then we're going to come down to this line here and we're going to press Control and 6 to give us a list box, Control and 6 and Control and 6. Now, of course, the list here should show a school and then typical effects in columns. So in order to get the columns in here, we're going to position our cursor between the school and typical effects. We're going to hold down Control and press Tab. And we're going to do the same for this one here, Control and Tab and Control and Tab. And that's going to give us our table. Now we might want this table to have different sizes, so the cells in this table should be bigger so that it looks a bit nicer. So if we position our cursor in this cell here, hold down Control and then plus, and do the same for the next two, then you will get different sizes of cells on the right than the left. Now it's important that you use the plus button beside the 0 on your keyboard and not on the numpad. The plus on the numpad won't work. And we can then of course select this and Control and B to make that bolded. And if we wanted to, we could select any of the words or phrases or sentences in here and add formatted text to that as well. Okay, so let's look at lists, and again we'll create a new story entry for this, and we'll give it a title, and we'll Control and 2 to give us a title or a header. We're then just going to position the cursor anywhere in this line and Control 4, and that's going to give us the first bullet point of our list. And then we just need to use the keyboard or the keys, the arrow keys, to move down to the next line and to the next line, and just Control 4 on any lines, and that gives you your list. And once again, of course, you can highlight words and give them any other type of formatted text that you desire. And the last thing we want to look at are links. And these are probably the easiest of all. We just need to find what we want to link. In this case, I've got some images here, and I'm just going to drag the image and drop it onto the story page, and it's going to give me this title and the title of the image. If I want to drag in another one, then I can drag it in. If I position it just above and to the end of the last one, it'll automatically do that for you, add it in. Or you can press the return key, which will give you a blank image link, and you can then drag and drop a new link onto that. And of course, all of these just simply work when you click on them. Now, what you see here, I should say that I'm using the sort of official theme, so I'm getting these little red dragon heads. What you see here for the link will depend entirely on the theme that you're using, because some of them or almost all of them don't have dragon heads. They have different things, but the idea is the same. Is that whatever these things are on your theme that you're using, that's the link symbol. Now, if you were to come into this story and press return, and it would automatically, it keeps, it remembers the last operation that you were doing. So when you press return, it'll give you a new line like that. You can get rid of that or go back to normal text operation by Control and 1. You can also copy and paste text. So if we wanted to take this paragraph here, Control C as you would expect, and Control V to paste the text. And you see that it keeps all the formatting of the paragraph that we just copy pasted. If that was a mistake, you didn't want that, then Control and Z will get rid of it, and Control and Y will bring it back. And finally, if we wanted to take all of the text here, then we can Control A to copy all of the text, Control C then to copy it, and then Control V to paste it into where you want it to go. And once again, it keeps all the formatting of the text. So I think that's pretty much it for formatted text, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.